Hello, this is Lynn at Cheese and Yogurt Making, and we continue our journey of speaking with cheesemakers from around England. And today I'm joined by Jane from Cheesemakers of Canterbury down here in sunny Kent, the Garden of England, our home county. Hello, Jane. Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. How are you today?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks.
Good. Okay. Right. So let's get chatting about the all-important cheese making that you do. Now, I know, having looked at your website earlier, which is a brilliant website, and I know you're all over social media, and you've got 20 years experience, I understand, in the dairy business. And I think 2007 came down to Kent, or you started this business here. Is that right?
Yeah, well, we were in the dairy business for 20 years doing milk and cream, milk rounds, that sort of thing. And then in 2006, we sold that to Dairy Crest, had a dairy with nothing in it. So that year we sort of looked around and found a business for sale it was in the Farmers Weekly in the south of England. And it happened to be a cheese business, and we went and saw people that were retiring, and it was one of those things really. There wasn't a lot of cheese being made in Kent at the time, so we could have stayed down. Actually, it was at Wiltshire Dorset border, lovely part of the world. The whole idea was to bring the cheese back to Kent, really, and that's what we did.
Lovely. Okay, good stuff. So you're here now. You're down now. I know that. I just want to talk. Have you recently won an award? I think you had just in.
Oh, you gone again?
A few weeks ago. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Got you. I just want to talk about the cheeses. Let's get on and talk about the cheeses. Award-winning cheeses, the Ashmore cheeses, which I know there's a variety of them with lots of different flavours and you add your own twist to them. That's your big cheeses. Is that the one that's just won an award, I understand?
That's right. Yeah, the Artisan Cheese Award up in Melton Mowbray, pork pie country. But they've been doing a cheese festival there now for about 11 years, I think. And we've gone every year. But this year, yeah, we actually got reserve champion. So we were very happy about that. And that was in the raw milk cheese class.
Oh, brilliant. Congratulations. That's really prestigious. You must be pleased. That spurs you on. So is it you, Jane, that just makes it? How many of you there down in your parlour? No. And I love your parlour video, by the way, on the website. We can see you there.
Which one?
There's a video on the website of you making the cheeses, and just like a snapshot of what's going on there.
Oh, right. I think that's more talking than seeing me, isn't it? I think, if I remember right. Yeah. No, I must admit, I don't get a chance to make as much as I used to. We've got a cheesemaker that's been with us a couple of years. She's been very much into cheese. She's quite young, and she started out as a cheesemonger at Macknaid, actually. Came and worked for us for a day for a bit of photography and video for Macknaid, and got the bug. So she came to work for us. And then another lady who worked with us, she's now arrived with us. And then we've also got a new lady that's come to join us, who is a professional cheesemaker. So she's making the soft cheese. So it's kind of hence the name, really, Cheesemakers of Canterbury. It's not me by any means. It's the whole team, really.
Oh, that's what it's about. It's all about getting a good team together.
Yes.
And I know that you do a lot. You do a lot of cheeses. You've got goat's cheese, is sheep's cheese as well that you do?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, we originally set off with the Ashmore farmhouse. That was the first one, and then a friend of ours has got goats, and she said, "Oh, what about having some milk?" So then we made the Kelly's goat's cheese, and then from that we obviously decided to make some sheep's cheese as well, which we get the milk from Warwickshire, which is a bit of a long way. We've got a lot of sheep in Kent, but no one milks them. Right. Obviously, when we bought the business from Wiltshire, Dorset way, they were just making their own cheese, and that was fine in that part of the world. But I think probably Kent is more go ahead, or I don't know about go ahead, but it's a different clientele. And bringing it to Kent, people weren't satisfied with one cheese. It was market driven. So, we'd go to market with one cheese and they'd say, right, what are you going to do next? So then we smoked it. Then we made a bit of goat's cheese. And this is how it developed. And then I think it was about 3 years after we started, we got the chance to take on George Jessel's dairy at Hastingly near Ashford, where they made soft cheeses. So we took that on. So we've been there over 10 years now. So that kind of developed, and again we make goat's cheeses soft as well, and sheep, so it kind of works quite well. I mean, I'd love to get it all under one roof one day, but it just hasn't happened yet.
Well, it might do. You never know down the line. That's the plan. So certainly a lot. I mean, you do a lot. That's a really good variety. So I suppose you were guessing that down here, like you say, perhaps people just want more choice, or you were being asked for more, so you sort of went from there, really, did it?
Yeah, it did. I think it's sort of caught up in the rest of the country now, because some of the bigger cheesemakers, I think Mary Quick's one down in the West Country, she does a huge variety now. So I think it was something that was going to happen. It's just the time that we took it to Kent, and that's when it all started, I think.
Okay, so very successful, and I guess you're just going to carry on. Are there plans for new cheeses, or you're just going to keep pushing the really well? You've just won an award, so obviously you're doing something right.
Yes, I think the lady, the Dutch lady we've got working for us at the moment, she's obviously got a lot of experience, and she's certainly one that has made different cheeses. She's very much into goat's milk and wants to pursue that side of it. Her goat's milk is a bit short this year, which is a bit difficult. But she makes a Gouda, and she makes obviously different soft cheeses. So I think that will probably come on stream in time. But can get a little bit bogged down with too many varieties. And I think it also depends. Obviously, the future is very uncertain at the moment with milks, and who knows what's going to happen even for Christmas, which we're starting to think about making Christmas. If we are limited with what raw material we can get, we might have to limit the amount of cheeses we make. So watch this space.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you do cheeses for weddings on order, especially, if someone wants one of those great big lovely wedding cakes, things like that. Will you take those requests if that's what people are looking for?
Oh yes, yeah. Well, it's one of those things, really. You kind of adapt to most things with people. I think we've made some little soft goat's cheeses in the shape of a heart for a wedding cheesecake today. So yeah, I mean, it's anything that someone throws at you, you try and accommodate it. So we do get some unusual requests sometimes. We even made Marmite cheese one year for the local pub. It was expensive to make, but it was really tasty.
Right, yeah. Marmite in everything these days, it seems, isn't it?
Yeah, we were ahead of the time there.
Well done for you. So I know down here, and I know the area because obviously this is where we're from as well. I know one of the main places is a Good Shed down in Canterbury, where they stock all your lovely cheeses. And I know you're really big on farmers markets as well. So where can people head to? Where can we get the cheese from?
Yeah, well, the Good Shed, you cut out a little bit then, but the Good Shed is our stall anyway. We took that on the same time as we had the soft cheese. It all happened that year in 2010. And we do our own delivery round, which sort of covers North Kent down to Margate, down as far as Hythe, Canterbury, and up as far as Sittingbourne. So we can do that direct. But then, of course, we supply a lot of wholesalers like Curd and Cure and Kent Frozen Foods. And Albion, I think, is another one. And there's quite a few sort of wholesalers in Kent. So they can supply out of the area that we cover. So especially farm shops are very good. And obviously the independents. And that's another thing that we've tried to do in the past. We did start with Waitrose when we first started, who were brilliant. But then slowly, when they went into sort of smaller shops, it kind of conflicted a little bit with what we were doing. I think one of the bonuses really is, because we're small, it's nice to be able to supply a smaller shop that gives them. So that's kind of what we're doing now. Is there's enough customers in Kent and for us and for them that we can try and do something a bit different.
Absolutely, and I mean, Kent's such a busy place as well. It's a populated place, and obviously with the name Cheesemakers of Canterbury, I just think it's such a good name that you're just sort of there, and it's Canterbury. Everyone knows Canterbury in Kent. It's like the main hub, isn't it? Almost main city there. So it's so well named, and well, you've really got your cheeses. I mean, you really are out there. I think the website's brilliant, and there's a lot of outlets and wholesalers to go to. So I think obviously with the award as well, so congratulations, just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, it's all good stuff, and it is lovely to meet you. Finally, we got there in the end.
Finally.
But nice to chat with you today, Jane. Appreciate you taking the time. I know how busy you are, and you're always flat out, so it's lovely to meet you. We'll keep looking at the website, following you on Instagram. I know you've got a lot of followers on there as well, and just keep doing what you're doing. Any new cheeses, let us know, and we'll just keep promoting what you've got. So nice to chat with you today, Jane. I'm gonna leave it now while the going's good, and thank you so much, and we'll catch up soon.
No problem.
Okay.
See you soon.
Thanks then. Bye.